Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. Thank you to the panel for your testimony today. Mr. Spell, it's good to have another Pennsylvanian here. I wanted to start out with just want to ask you. You talked about your family-owned companies provided jobs for many people over the years, and what kind of jobs? What are the kind of jobs that will disappear? Small businesses must be sold to pay estate taxes. And are you concerned that the jobs won't be created to fill that void?
Well, the jobs that are filled by the retail grocery industry, you have well-paying jobs in the meat department, the bakeries, the delis, produce managers, front-end managers. These are all well-paying jobs that people actually support families on. Now, a lot of your part-time workers are the high school students who get their first job. They learn a little bit about what it's like to have to go to work every day, to follow a schedule, learn how to take orders from your supervisors, and learn how to interact with the consumer, and just generally learn a little bit about life in general rather than just the book learning that they receive in school. So those are the jobs that would be lost, along with what every small retailer does for their community as a whole.
Can you tell me a little bit about that in terms of how it would impact the surrounding community and the economy? Give me some examples.
All right. You have we're a small. Elwood's a small community.
Mm-hmm.
Businesses support the local hospital. Businesses support the local Distributive Education Clubs of America's program. Businesses support churches and all of the clubs that go along with the churches. The bingos and the dinners that the churches throw. They support the bands from the high school. I mean, you name it, and small business is there to support. Every business in relationship to what they can afford to help, but they all help. They all do something for their community. And if they're gone, where's the community going to get? Where are they going to get that? Who's going to provide those services for them?
Okay, thank you. Ms. Mays, in your testimony, you emphasized the need for certainty in estate tax. We've heard a little bit about that. Would you elaborate on why this is important?
It's so important for the planning phase. I discussed that we spent $5,000 a year, a total of $730,000. Most of that's on life insurance premiums. The life insurance premiums on my father, on myself, on another partner of ours. Just to try and plan, we never know which direction it's going to go in, and that's why just to get a certain plan down that we can plan for now would just be so helpful, and we wouldn't have to go back and forth.
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Yule, in your testimony, you talked about farmers and ranchers are often multi-generation small businesses. How frequently do they need assistance with succession and estate planning? And have you seen any trends related to this issue of, of that line of farming and ranching ending, where has there been up to this point situations where farms have not continued to the next generation because of these costs and maybe combined with other factors?
Yes, absolutely. In two different ways. On account of farm economics now, many times in many instances, the primary farmer or rancher needs to take a second job, and so that sort of takes them out of the industry. In many times, the death tax can cause a requirement for a mortgage to be put on the property, which ultimately ends up being such a burden that those economic assets are sold down the line. And so even though it may be 3, 4, 5 years after the death tax is imposed, ultimately the land is sold on account of that because there's no longer an economically viable unit intact. So yes.
Okay, thank you. Now I'll yield back, Madam Chair.